ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवत गीता चैप्टर सेकंड वर्सेज 14, 15 and 16. I am going to discuss on verses 14, 15 and 16. Shri Krishna said to Arjun, Arjun, in this fight, in this battle, there are two sides, Pandu side and Kaura side. आणि Pandu side means your side and Kaura side. Stand to fighting between. Bhagwan said, मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्या अस्तान्तीति च स्वभारत. O son of Kunti, the contacts between the sense and their objects, which give rise to feeling of heat and cold, pleasure and pain, its are transitory and fleeting. Therefore, Arjun, avoid them. Word meaning: Kaunteya. Kaunteya means O son of Kunti, means Arjuna. Shitosra Sukh Dukhada, giving rise to the feeling, means feeling hot and cold, pleasure and pain. Matra sparsha means contacts between the sense and their objects. Tu means indeed. Agama paina, here describe agama paima means fleeting. Anitya, transitory. Bharata means O ascendant of Bharat, means Arjun. Tan, them. Titi chaswa means therefore, means endure. Comment on 14th verse. That by which things are measured or by which knowledge of things is obtained is called a matra. Therefore, the term matra is intended here to mean all the sense, including the mind and sparse, means contact. Thus, the compound word matra sparsha comes to mean contact of mind and sense with their respective objects, like sound, touch, color, taste and smell. Heat and cold, pleasure and pain, its mentioned in this verse. Stand for all pairs of contrastes, contrastes. Therefore, when the Lord says that contents between the sense and their objects give rise to the feelings of heat and cold, pleasure and pains. He shows that each that object which when contacted by the senses give rise to every form of dual experience. The feelings of heat and cold, love and hatred, joy and grief, pleasure and pain, concord and discord, etc. all morbid feeling arise from a sense of permanence of object of senses. Therefore, knowing and realizing those objects as transitory and fleeting by nature, their contact shouldn't be allowed to produce any unhealthy reaction on the mind. Describing the contact between the sense and their objects as coming and going and impermanent by nature, and asking Arjun to ignore the same, the Lord has shown that such contexts giving rise to pleasure and pain being transitory don't contain the least trace of true happiness. Therefore, Arjun is being advised to avoid them. That is, he is being asked not to rejoice or grieve over their coming and going, nor to entrain any party easily partiality or prejudice for or against these meeting, which once near the dear one is also included in this. For as in the case of the other objects. Verse 15. Bhagavan said, Yam hi na vayathayantaete purusham purusasava samadukha sukham dhiram somritatvaya kalpate. Arjun, the wise man to whom pain and pleasure are alike, and who is not tormented by these contexts, becomes eligible for immortality. He Words meaning he means for Purusharasabha. O best of men means Arjun. Sam duha sukham. Sam duha sukham, to whom pain and pleasure are alike. Dhiram means wise. Yam Purusham, the person who. Ete, these. No, not. Beyathayanti, torment. Sa, he. Amritatvaya, for immortality. Kalpate, becomes eligible. Comment on this verse. The indeclinable he in this verse has been used to denote reason. The intention is to point out the reason why contacts between the senses and their objects should be avoided. Rasav signifies the best or the most excellent. Thus, the compound word Purusharasabha, Purusharasabha here denotes the most heroic and strongest of men, addressing Arjun as Purusharasabha. In this verse, the Lord intend to say that being the best of heroes and strongest of men. Indifference to pleasure and pain. It is a part of Arjun's nature. Therefore, it should be quite easy for him to rise above all these dual experiences. The word Dhiram is generally used with reference to the God realized soul. But now and then it is also used to signify a soul sufficiently qualified to realize God. Here it means a participant who has reached a state of ripeness in the practice of Sankhya Yoga or the yoga of knowledge. The adjective samdukha sukham, to whom pleasure and pain are alike, is used to denote the essential qualification of a dhira. He who look upon both pleasure and pain with an equal eye, that is, regarding both experience as fleeting, makes no distinctions between them, is a dhira. Dhira, he alone can overcome them without being affected by them. Contacts between the sense and their objects, which were expressed by the word matrasparsa in the preceding verse. are referred to again in this verse by the word et. Et means these, and by saying who is not tormented by these contexts. It is intended to show that when the practicant, through the repeated and constant practice of overcoming the feeling of attraction and repulsion, joy, Sri Bhagavan said, नासतो विद्यते भावो ना भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टो अन्तस्त्व नयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. The unreal has no existence and the real never ceases to be. The reality of both has thus been perceived by the seer of truth. Words asat. Asat means of the unreal. Bhava. Bhava means being. No. No means not. Vidyate is tu. Whereas Sat of the real. Abhava negation. No, not. Vidyate is. Ubhayo api anayo means of both these. Antah reality, essence. Tattva darshibhi means by the seers of truth. Drishtah means has thus been perceived. The term asatah in this verse signifies the ever changing physical body, the senses as well as their objects, including all that is material in this objective world. Therefore, when the Lord says the unreal has no existence, he means to say that is what non-existent, even therefore before the time of its so-called existence, and will be non-existent afterwards. Therefore, in reality, it doesn't exist even when it appears to exist. Under the circumstance, if Arjun's grief was due to this apprehension with regard to the destruction of either of physical body of Bhishma and other relative or of any other material objects, it was unwise for him to indulge in such grief. Sata are the real. connotes the Supreme Spirit, which is all pervading and eternal. The words it never ceases to be intended to convey the idea that at no time and under no circumstance the soul undergoes any change or ceases to exist. It ever remains in the same state of being, constant and unchangeable. Therefore, if is cause of Arjun grief or fear of destruction of the soul of Bhishma and other relatives, it was equally improper for him to entertain such grief. The words Ubhayo, both, and Annayo, these point to the above. Asat and Sat, unreal and real, distinguishing between the real and the unreal, the saints and seers of truth. Reacher are the conclusion that things which changes suffered destruction and didn't last forever were unreal. That is to say, unreal thing could never exist while that which at no time and under no circumstance underwent any form of change and destruction and ever continued to exist was the real. That is to say, the real never ceases to exist. This is what is meant by perception by the seers of true of the reality of both the unreal and the real.